there any public
We
comment?
do not have any public comment for the budget hearing.
All right. If you look at the documents in front of you, you'll see our 2026 proposed budget. This is just the hearing on it. Can you show that? You want to look up there, you can see how much we're proposing to appropriate per fund. Is there any questions? Then we'll move on to our school bus replacement plan. For the state of Indiana, we are required to have one of these every school. And this just shows how many buses we have, whether they're owned or leased, their purchase dates, and just an estimated date of replacement. This does not commit us to purchasing, just estimating when we should start looking at it. Any questions on this? Moving on to capital projects. Again, this is part of the budget process. Different items that we could potentially purchase over the next couple of years or projects that we could do. That is listed here. Is there any questions on this? I'll hand it back over to you, Mr. Beatty.
Thank you. Next, we'll do our public hearing on the additional appropriations. And Tara,
is there any public comment?
There is no public comment on that.
All right, we are showing here, unless you have that up additional appropriation. Yeah, that would be it. We are proposing to expand the budget for 2025 by $800,000 for the ed and $300,000 on the operations fund. Are there any questions? All right, Mr. Beatty, back to you.
So that one will require a vote. So
that will, yeah, later.
I'm sorry.
That will be voted on later.
Okay, that will be voted on later. Just that you scared me on there. So we will vote.
This is just the hearing on it.
All right, perfect. So hearing nothing else, that will end that public hearing as well. And we will begin our public session at 6:30. So hang tight. started. As usual, start with Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Next up, we'll do public comment. First on the list is Mr. Morris. Mr. Morris, the floor is yours.
Consent agenda.
Oh, we can do that. We'll switch them up. I get it.
Hello, here again to talk about this committee we've been trying to push for about 10 months now. We've had 15 families that came to us so far just since the beginning of the school year. And that tells me that the committee's needed. The only reason, we're here is because the committee's not been implemented. And, if the committee wasn't needed, then we wouldn't be needed. If the committee wasn't needed, these parents wouldn't be coming to us. We're doing the best we can, but to be honest, this committee would do so much better. All we can do is work with the parents, try to give them as much advice as we can. First thing we tell them is, have you talked to the administrators? What they say. Have you, pleaded with them? If we call the state representatives, the first thing they say is, did you talk to the school? Did you talk to the administrators or the administration or the board members? Because, they want everybody to try that route first. Well, all the parents I'm talking to are saying they are doing that and nothing's being done. So all we can do is try to give them advice, and then we just try to lift up the rug and show what's being swept under it. It's nothing that we like doing, and in spite of anybody's opinions, we don't take any joy in it. But we have to show you, the board, that this really is a need. I listened to your school attorney get up here last month, use the public comments part to talk about how complex the committee might be. But one thing he didn't say is that it couldn't be done. And that's because he knows it can be done. Is it a little complex? Maybe. But it is well worth it. It'll serve the students way better than we ever can. It is needed. And, I can't stress it enough, but, we are going to continue. Our group is going to continue to go to the state representatives, and we're going to fight to get this mandated at the state level. But please, you guys could be the model for other schools. Because when this gets mandated, the state could say, Peru Schools already has this implemented, and this is what's happening there, and this is how good it's working. So, think about that. You guys really could be a shining light. You could be the model school for all the other schools. And we could go away, and we wouldn't be needed.
Mr. Morris, it won't be state mandated because you're dealing with confidential student and other confidential privacy pieces.
Other states already have this mandated.
It won't be mandated, I assure you of that, just because of the confidentiality, FERPA, all of those.
We understand that. We've already talked to school or attorneys that specialize in school and education law that tell me if you write this into your Neola policies and the teachers and others sign, your teachers are already bound by confidentiality agreements for FERPA and all that. But if you have 9 of your teachers or 6 teachers and 1 lunch person or janitor in the building or whatever, the people that don't have those agreements signed, you can have a special one crafted up for them, add it to your Neola policies. They're bound by the same confidentiality that you are, that the principals are. It can happen. And if you guys like, I can have some attorneys come here and draft it all out for you and show you how you guys have your own attorneys, but they're not saying the same thing that the attorneys I'm talking to is. And New Jersey already has something like this in place, and New Jersey does include parents on their committee, and it's mandated at the state level. Now, I know this is Indiana, but it is possible. Would it be a lot of hard work? Yeah, but we don't want to keep doing this forever, but we're going to if that's what's needed, because the parents have let us know this is needed, and there is a problem, and I know that there's resistance for a couple of reasons, but, you know, please know, I don't hate anybody in this room. I don't hate anybody. You know, I do feel some hate coming from people because of the work we're doing. But please know, I don't hate anybody. We don't want to keep doing this. Honestly, I don't. You know, when my granddaughter got assaulted 10 months ago, I thought it was going to be a simple fix, and then it just kept escalating until other parents were coming forward and saying the same thing happened to them. And we, all of us, this whole group, they work hard. They don't want to be doing this. These are volunteers. I don't want to be doing this. I truthfully want to hang my hat up and say, hey, something good happened here. And now that committee's in place, parents will go to the committee, we'll go away. But right now, we can't. I promise you, we will dissolve Voice of Proof Parents as soon as this committee's formed. And I know, yes, it will become complicated, but as soon as you get your attorneys on it and they draft it up, you add it to your policies, it'll work.
Thank you, Mr. Morris. Yep. Mrs. Nightingale, you're next. Mrs. Truitt.
Hi.
Sorry.
Okay, so we talked last month about how we would share some things our teachers are doing. So we went ahead and sent you the slideshow that you guys all saw. So we just wanted to talk about a few of those things on there. If you want to send it to the ball.
Yeah, so Mrs. Hughes sent us their Rise Room, got with football players, and they did stuff around the football fields to help get ready for Friday night football games. So
We also like that they've been coming to the schools, the
Yes.
elementary. The little kids, that's so cute. It's just so cute.
they're
I love
so
that.
excited.
Yeah. And then we had an aide actually send us pictures from one of the teachers' classrooms, which I think is really cool because they're excited about what the teachers are doing too. And she was doing silent flashlight reading activity on a Fun Friday kind of deal, which is also cool. And then there was a post on Facebook actually from a parent that got a postcard from Ms. Rodriguez. A lot of teachers do that like before the year, like encouraging them, welcoming them, but she did it a couple days, weeks into the school year because this kid was struggling and just sent the kid a note saying like, keep it up, you can do this, good job. And I thought that was a really unique idea. And Ms. Dress can talk about herself.
Every Friday we do a STEM activity, and this week we were talking about feelings and levels of anxiety or anything like that. And so after we read our story, they had to get Hershey Kisses and take the wrappers from the Hershey Kiss and make a love boat because we were reading The Kissing Hand, and they had to then make it flow with the Hershey Kisses on top. So
Our teachers get to do a lot of great things because we're supported by our admin and they encourage us. And we feel loved by all of you and our admin, so thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Nightingale. And Mr. Specs. Next we have Danielle Manriquez.
Hello, my name's Danielle Manriquez. I've lived in Peru all my life, went to Peru Community Schools, lived in Germany for 1 year, raised 5 kids in Peru Community Schools. I'd like to ask all of you with a show of hands, if you're a parent of a child in Peru Community Schools. Anyone here? And how about grandparents of children in Peru Community Schools? It's my belief that you become board members because you care about children and you care about families in the community. And I became a board member of Voice of Proof Parents because when I looked into what the oversight committee consisted of, all I saw was good coming of it. I saw a need for it, and I wanted to see what I could do to help. I wanted to address what the PCA president said last week. First of all, we're not making up, quote, foolish conspiracy theories, unquote. We don't have a vendetta, and we aren't organizing or antagonizing the community by any means. how can it be a conspiracy if we've received 15 stories already this school year? School year has been here for 4 weeks. And that's not counting people that don't come forward to say anything. So there's been stories told to us of bullying incidents, unfair treatment, and exclusion. We as a team meet up once per month. Last week we met up thinking we were only going to meet about 10 to 15 minutes because we didn't have enough people. Meeting went on to last more than an hour probably because we had ideas flowing of what all this oversight committee could consist of as well, not just being over a complaint against a thing, but, you know, and first of all, it's not some Joe Blow off the street being part of the committee, like he said. It's teachers and it's people that are already employed by the school system that would be a part of it, overseeing their, you know, to a different school, whatever. But we had ideas such as, like, maybe quarterly, these committee members, like maybe one would make anti-bullying posters that would be put up in the school. Maybe they would use students from their schools to help do that. Maybe another one might do a presentation on intervention or a presentation to faculty on ways to observe children being bullied. Because let's be real, most kids don't tell their parents or don't tell teachers about being bullied because they're afraid that the bullying will intensify. My stepson was one of those. And because, you know, his dad's getting hot on the phone, calling the school right away. And he'd say, Dad, don't, because I don't want any problems. I don't want more problems, because then they're going to come back with more. So I believe the attorney last year, now I didn't know what George was going to say, but the attorney last week was brought in, probably paid. I'm sure he got paid for his time here, to steer the board away from the oversight committee and what it can possibly do for us, or how that it wouldn't be beneficial. I don't understand how you could possibly think that it couldn't or wouldn't. And I don't understand why PCS for community schools would not want to be put on the map for implementing a policy such as this for other schools to follow. And it is my hope and prayer that a board member would propose a vote to actually discuss the implementation of an oversight committee that could help our students and our families in this community.
Thank you. Next up, we have Michael Zimmerman.
You can remove the Zimmermans from the list.
All right. And last, we have Bridget Richardson.
I don't have to speak my name. You guys already know me. I've been up here multiple times. I've been up here meeting after meeting. And you guys think that you know me, but you really don't. I am the founder and CEO of the Through the Trees Overdose Awareness Foundation and Walk. We are a 501c3, and I have 177 people who volunteer underneath me. 133 which are parents. We are the only overdose foundation in Indiana. You can actually take your phones out and look it up. Why am I saying this? I'm not blowing my own horn. Because George Morris now has our full support for his campaign for chair for 2026-2027 school year. And we won't stop until he's actually in one of those seats. We need change, and this isn't us attacking anybody. It's trying to give our kids a safe place to learn. And no offense, but if PTA cared about our kids, don't you think that they would jump on board with this? So honestly, think about who has our kids' best interests at heart.
Thank you. That concludes the public comment section. I would now entertain a motion to accept the agenda as presented with the changes provided to you in personnel and the attendance of a conference.
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Justice. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Ellis. Any questions? All those in favor? It is unanimous. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Hoover. Next, we have approval of the minutes. I would entertain a motion to accept those as presented.
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Justice. Second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Ellis. Any questions or comments? All those in favor? It is unanimous. Thank you. Moving on. Next up, we had a presentation from Gibraltar. They just let us know that they didn't really have anything new to present, so they decided not to come, so we will strike that. Next up, under program, we have a determination, a need for project resolution determination. Mr. McCormick?
Thank you, Mr. Beatty. Exhibit A that you have in your packet, but I will read for the public's benefit. Resolution determining need for project, whereas an investigation has been conducted by the Board of School Trustees, the Board of Peru Community School Corporation, the School Corporation, with respect to the acquisition of real estate and renovation of facilities into transportation maintenance center and administration space, deferred maintenance improvements to Elmwood Primary Learning Center and Blair Point Upper Elementary School, including programming improvement renovations, roofing improvements, HVAC improvements, and site improvements, and the purchase of technology and equipment. Also, deferred maintenance improvements to Peru Junior Senior High School, including programming improvements, renovations, roofing improvements, HVAC improvements, and site improvements, and the purchase of technology and equipment as needed, and renovation of and improvements to the former Peru Junior High site, including building renovations and athletic improvements, and leasing all or a portion of the project from the Peru Multi-School Building Corporation, i.e. the Building Corporation. And whereas this board now finds that a need exists for the project and that the school corporation cannot provide the necessary funds to pay the cost of the project required to meet such need, and whereas it is deemed desirable to proceed with the necessary negotiations and all other steps looking toward the financing of the project by the building corporation and the lease of such facilities to the school corporation. Now therefore be it resolved that a need exists for the project and that the project cannot be funded from sufficient funds available to the school corporation, and that this board proceed to take such steps as may be necessary to secure the project and leasing of such school facilities as provided by the Indiana Code Title 20, Article 47, Chapter 3.
Thank you, Mr. McCormick. Having heard that, I would entertain a motion to accept that as presented.
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Justice. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Fuller. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor? It is unanimous. Thank you. Next up, approving form of lease resolution. This resolution approves the funding of the project through a lease financing as it is done with other past construction renovation projects. Lease financing are by school corporations across Indiana in order to borrow for renovation and construction. This type of financing does not count against the school corporation's constitutional debt allowance. I would entertain a motion to accept that as presented.
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Hoover. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Ellis. Questions, comments? Hearing none, all those in favor? It is unanimous. Thank you. On to business. Mr. McCormick.
Thank you, Mr. Beatty. Under business, item A, Alex 2025-26 renewal quote. Discussion action to approve a one-year renewal quote for Alex digital subscription. And Mrs. Shurik, can I ask you to maybe fill in the board on this Alex renewal quote or the software, please?
Alex is a math program that students take a diagnostic at the beginning of the year. They're enrolled in a program that is connected to their math course, but it, based on their diagnostic, finds the prerequisite skills they may be missing that are related to the skills in class, or it meets them at their level. And then if they're above level, it will also push them to the next level. I know at the junior senior high, this would be year 3 for us. Blair Point has used it with the lift programs for, I think, at least that long, if not longer. Of the number you have there, 5566 of that would come from high ability funds.
Thank you, Ms. Shirk. Hearing the presentation, do I have a motion to accept?
Motion to accept, Alex.
Thank you, Dr. Quinn. Second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Justice. Any questions? All those in favor? It is unanimous. Thank you.
And moving on to, excuse me, letter B, essential skills software renewal quote. Discussion and action to approve a 1-year renewal, excuse me, quote for essential skills software for $599. Mrs. Shurik, again, I know this isn't a necessarily large sum of money, but might be helpful for people to understand what this is.
So Essential Skills is a software that they've used at Blair Point for many, many years. It was a software that was originally purchased and put on our computer system. However, it is very, very out of date, and as we switch to new updated computer systems, the software is no longer supported. It's used mostly at 3rd grade, but also a lot for 3rd and 4th grade intervention. And so the Blair Point teachers and interventionists requested that we continue that because it is a very effective program for getting some of those upper elementary kids who have not yet mastered their phonics skills, age-appropriate material to get them reading on grade level.
Thank you.
Can I hear a motion to accept that renewal quote as presented?
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Justice.
Second.
Thank you, Dr. Quinn. Any questions or comments? All those in favor? It is unanimous. Thank you.
And letter C, we have again, a tuition assistance request for Danielle Carlson, Southeast Oklahoma State University, reimbursement of $1,500 for the 25-26 school year for your consideration.
Do I have a motion to accept the tuition reimbursement?
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Justice. Second. Thank you, Dr. Quinn. Any comments or questions? All those in favor? Thank you. Moving on to donations, looks like we have 2. Elmwood, $150 for general use from the Peru Lions Club, and $300 for general use from Gibraltar Design Incorporated. I would entertain a motion to accept those as presented.
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Justice. Second.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Ellis. Any questions? All those in favor? It's unanimous. Thank you. Next up, agreements. Go ahead.
Number 1 under agreements, we have the Miami County Prosecutor's Office and Peru Community Schools Police Department. We had a situation much like other law enforcement across the state and nation. Our handguns had the potential of discharging when set down. Again, I don't claim to know a lot about handguns, but it could happen. It had been shown. You can see YouTube videos of it. So Officer Richard just decided to be proactive and change those handguns out. So we did get a trade-in value for each of our existing handguns. And then there was an additional fee, obviously, to purchase new handguns. And we want to thank the Miami County Prosecutor's Office for covering that additional fee. Much appreciated. And so we have those firearms and the holsters, and they're going through the reciting of those and training currently. So that really coming to you kind of retroactively for your approval and grace on that. But since it could have been a safety issue, as superintendent, I asked Officer Richard to move forward with changing those out.
Thank you, Mr. McCormick. Can I get a motion to accept the prosecutor office agreement?
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Justice. Can I get a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Fuller. Any comments or questions? All those in favor? It is unanimous. Thank you.
Moving on to number 2, Gibraltar Design Improved Community Schools Agreement. You have that agreement before you. The work they've done thus far, the facility studies, is done for free. They would do that for any school district. You'll see that their numbers essentially equate to a 7% fee from their end, which is below the industry standard. But we've been working with them for 9 or 10 months now, but it is time to formally sign that agreement with them.
Thank you, Mr. McCormick. I would entertain a motion to accept the agreement between Gibraltar Design and Effort Community Schools.
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Hoover. Can I get a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Ellis. Any comments?
I have a question.
Question?
My agreement in front of me states that this was made as of the 16th day of September in the year 2024. So is this going to be retroactive, or is the dates?
This will include 2024, the work that they did for leading into the 2024 bond scope of work as well.
So we're approving a contract that's already been in place.
You're approving the work that they have done moving forward and the work that they've been doing for us outside of the facility feasibility.
Any other questions? All those in favor? Opposed? Abstained? Passes 502. Thank you. Next up, we have operations and technology facility use request. Under number under number 1, junior, senior high, Blair Point, Elmwood Gyms for Miami County Biddy basketball from October 25 to February of 26. Dates and times per building vary. Request usage fees be waived. They will pay custodial fees. Do you want to take these or you want to take them all?
We do it as a block, can't we?
I motion to accept 1 through 3.
Thank you, Ms.
Second that.
Thank you, Dr. Quinn. For any questions on any of those?
These have been long-standing for a long time. It's a good program.
Very good. All those in favor? It is unanimous. Thank you. Go ahead.
Headed into personnel, section 7, recommendation for classified positions, 1 math aide at the junior senior high, and then a maintenance technician.
I need a motion to accept those.
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Justice. Second.
Second.
Thank you, Dr. Quinn. Any questions or comments? All those in favor? It is unanimous. Thank you.
Next, we have a recommendation for director salary increase. You can see that in front of you, a salary increase up to $50,000 for that individual in the foods department. And we feel this is appropriate and brings that person in line with other directors within our framework. So that is there for your consideration for approval this evening.
Motion to approve the recommendation.
Thank you, Dr.
Second.
Quinn. Thank you, Ms. Justice. Any questions or comments? All those in favor? It is unanimous. Thank you. Next up, go ahead.
Recommendation for extracurricular positions. You'll see a choir director for the high school, choir director for the junior high.
Motion to accept 1 and 2.
Thank you, Ms. Justice. Second.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Hoover. Any questions or comments?
This is ECA, right? This is the ECA.
Yes. Am I correct? Yeah. All those in favor? It is unanimous. Thank you.
Next page, letter D, you have 9 folks, recommendation for various subs, custodians, nurse, bus driver, etc.
As per usual, I would entertain a motion to accept all of them unless someone has one they would like to extract.
Motion to accept 1 through 9.
Thank you, Ms. Justice. Second.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Ellis. Any comments or questions? All those in favor? It is unanimous. Thank you.
Next up, letter E, recommendation for certified staff recruitment retention stipends. Ms. Enier, I'll have you kind of briefly give us dynamics of that pot of money, if you will, and why these three are receiving that.
We have, in our Title II grant, we have money set aside every time we write it for recruitment retention money. And if it is not used, then we basically just lose that money as a corporation. So in order to not lose that money, and we had 3 new teachers that were hired, we proposed to provide them with this stipend so that we don't lose money, and it kind of helps the teachers that we've just hired.
Thank you, Ms. Enier.
Were these new teachers or new teachers just us?
2 and 3 are first-year teachers, and 1 is, I believe she's in her 3rd or 4th year, Mr. Matthews?
Year 4.
Year 4.
Starting in
That's brand
But
new
she
to us.
is new to us.
Do I have a motion to accept those as presented?
Motion to accept.
Thank you, Dr. Quinn.
Second.
Ms. Justice?
Second.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments?
When does that grant run out? End of the year?
So I have to have it spent by September 30th.
When's your billing come in?
I just got the allocation yesterday.
Any other questions? All those in favor? It is unanimous. Moving on.
And letter F, we have 1 resignation for an ECA for your approval.
I would entertain a motion to accept that as presented.
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Justice. Second.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Ellis. Any comments or questions? All those in favor? It is unanimous.
Letter G, we have a request to attend a conference by a staff member. And this is to attend meetings with 3 art schools in Charlotte, North Carolina. Again, Ms. Enier, if you could kind of give just a general overview of how that's being funded.
Yeah, so again, this is Title II funding. This is our, Title II is also used for a lot of our PD that we do through the school. And this qualifies as a professional development, and we can pay for this sort of travel and stuff through the Title II. And I have funding that I need to use, so for the September 30, so
Thank you, Ms.
we
Enier.
can encumber it.
I would entertain a motion to accept the request.
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Justice. Second.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Fuller. Any questions or comments? All those in favor? It is unanimous. Thank you. On to the budget portion. First, we have claims. Ms. Enier, the
Yes.
floor is yours.
Thank you. I just want to point out one adjustment to our claims on page 26. The Ortman drilling, what was sent to you has it coming out of operations. That is actually supposed to be coming out of bond 22, because we still have some funding there. So that was a change that we made kind of after this was done. So just wanted to let you guys know. Are there any questions regarding claims?
I would entertain a motion to accept those as presented.
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Justice. Second.
Second.
Thank you, Dr. Bennington. Do we have any questions about the claims? Hearing none, all those in favor? It is unanimous. Thank you. Ms. Enier, you're up again.
All right. For our fund monitoring report, we have collected 77.7% of our 2025 budget. We had, you'll see the salary and benefit lines are a little higher this month because we had 3 payrolls in August. But we have only dispersed 69.7% of our 2025 budget. So we're looking good there. Our debt service, we've had no activity. Operations fund, we've collected 48% due to property taxes only coming in June and December. Again, because of that payroll benefits went up a little bit higher this month in the difference. But we've only dispersed 63.2% of our budget, so I'd say we're right on target where we should be there. Our rainy day fund, we had no activity in August. Our 2022 bond series, we are spending down this bond. We're getting down to the latter half of it. Our 24 bond, we are starting now to increase our spending in that as the projects are beginning. We have started to see some of the smaller bills starting to come through. So activity will be ramping up on that as projects start going. And then our food service fund, we have a meeting tomorrow. We should be receiving our first invoices from Chartwells after that meeting. But we have developed a pretty good, healthy cash balance there. So when those come in, we shouldn't have any surprises. We should be able to pay that just fine.
That is all. All right.
That is all.
Thank you, Ms. Inyard.
You're welcome.
I would accept a motion to accept that as presented, the fund monitoring report.
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Justice. Second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Ellis. Any discussions, comments, questions? Hearing none, all those in favor? It is unanimous. Next up, we have additional appropriation that we talked about earlier in the public hearing. Ms. Inyard, the floor is yours once again.
Yes, just bring this back to you for approval. We would like to extend our appropriation for our 2025 budget in education by $800,000 and operation by $300,000. And that is what I'm asking for tonight.
Thank you, Ms. Inyard. I would entertain a motion to accept the appropriation as presented.
So moved.
Thank you, Dr. Pennington. Second.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Fuller. Any comments or questions? Hearing none, all those in favor? It is unanimous. Thank you. Finally, we have board member comments. Anyone?
I'll just say, beginning of the school year, I want to say thank you to all the janitors and maintenance people, first and foremost, for getting schools ready. Secretaries, they're the first people everybody sees in the office or in the schools. Great job all from the secretaries, janitors, maintenance, lunch ladies, learning Chartwells, learning their new system, everything. Support staff, teachers, admin here at this building, and all the administrators. Thanks for getting schools to great start at the beginning of the year. Outside looks great all around the campus. Inside looks great from all the buildings. So I just want to say thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ellis. Anyone else? I would like to add one thing on the Chartwells topic. I did have a parent stop me at a football game the other night that said that their student has been a student for 10 grades and has never ate school lunch until this year. So apparently we are doing something right. Wanted to pass that along. Anyone else? Mr. McCormick?
To follow up on Mr. Ellis, his comments, which are appreciated. We are settled in to the 25-26 school year. We've got a lot of great things going on. We're juggling a lot of balls right now, but we, in a recent admin team meeting, we are now getting to that point where we're going to start checking on things. Accountability is important. You can't lay out goals and raise expectations and then not hold everyone, including me, accountable for making sure those things get done, or problems do arise every day, and we tend to those regularly. But that will be an important piece, kind of as we've got the school year started, is just follow up and troubleshooting, making sure things are running as they should be. And I too appreciate the principals, our directors, teachers, really some great things going on right now across our district. And on October 5th, we have our Administrators Cup golf outing. think we have around a dozen teams committed already. We're looking for 24 teams. No pressure on the principals at all. I mean, I would never put pressure on them via emails or anything like that. But yeah, and I want to thank Mr. Beatty. He's been doing some work behind the scenes on sponsorships. Mr. Ellis has been, I think, generating some gift cards and things from the community. So much appreciated to everyone who's pitching in. That's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. McCormick. I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Thank you.